In this video series, we've seen an overview of the Hornady Case Prep Center. We've seen how the Case Prep Center is useful for trimming and prepping rifle brass. And in this video, we're going to take a look at trimming pistol brass, specifically 44 Magnum. Before we prep our pistol brass on the Hornady Lock-N-Load Case Prep Center, we're actually going to use the Hornady Lock-N-Load AP Progressive reloading press to do our pre-prep. And this is going to decap, size, and square up the case mouth of the pistol brass that we're going to be prepping this time, which is 44 Magnum. So what we want to do to prep our 44 Magnum brass is decap the primer and square up the case mouth. And since we've been shooting heavy cast lead bullets with a roll crimp, we've still got a residual roll crimp that hasn't completely been expanded when this round was fired. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a Lee universal decapping die and put that in station number 1. We need that in station number 1 because of the spent primer tube that's below that station. And then in station number 2, we're going to use an expander die. And so this is going to bell out the case mouth slightly so that it's a little bit belled beyond square. And then I've got a Hornady sizing and depriming die that I've taken the decapping pin out of. We have to do that because we don't have the spent primer hole. We're going to put that in station number 3. So we're going to get rid of the primer, we're going to expand the case mouth, and then we're going to square up the case mouth with the sizing die. And what we'll end up with is brass that's very consistent, square and decapped, all ready for the Case Prep Center. And this type of setup here with the case feeder is going to allow us to efficiently process this brass and really emphasizes the versatility of the Hornady Lock-N-Load system. So if we had these dies in a tool head, we'd have to screw them all out and rearrange them. But this is going to be quick and easy with the Lock-N-Load. So now that we've got the Lock-N-Load set up and we've got lubed brass in the case feeder, let's go ahead and start our bulk brass pre-prep with the Lock-N-Load AP. So now that we've completed the pre-prep on the Hornady Lock-N-Load AP, we're going to move over to the Case Prep Center and get it prepared to prep our 44 Magnum pistol brass. So we did a more detailed setup on the Case Prep Center with more procedural overview in the 2-part rifle case prep video series. In this video we're just going to replace our pilot for 44 caliber. We're going to replace the neck brush, and then we're going to install the appropriate shell holder. So first we're going to take the supply down key, remove the chip tray real quickly here. We're going to loosen the lock nut for the pilot. We have to give it a couple turns because there's a recessed area where the set screw contacts. Put on our appropriate pilot for 44 cal. And then we're going to put the chip tray, done with that. Next, we're going to install the appropriate neck brush for 44 caliber. Finger tight is fine on that. And the last step for setup is going to be to take the chuck insert and the appropriate shell holder, assemble those 2 components, push them in place, and we should be ready to try out a piece of brass here. Looking good. Alright, so now that our machine is basically set up, what we're going to do is install a piece of brass. And we're going to then get our trim length set. And because we were just trimming 30-06 brass, we're going to need to release the clamp and then go ahead and pull the lever down and get this approximately into position here. And we're going to stop when we get close to the cutter. Turn on the turn on the machine, and then stop when it touches. Tighten the clamp and take a measurement. The next step is to remove the brass from the case prep center, take our measurement, and micro adjust as necessary. In this case, we're going to take off just a little bit more. And install our brass once again. Lock that down. Take another trim. Looks like we need to go just a little bit more. Take another measurement. And repeat that process until we've dialed in our setting. Alright, so now that we've dialed in our case trim length, each time we're going to insert a piece of brass fully, tighten the chuck, we're going to do our trim, and then when we're holding the brass after taking it out of the chuck, we're just going to be able to proceed on to our inside and outside case neck chamfer, clean the inside of the case neck, clean the primer pocket. Now we've got a fully prepped piece of brass. We've only had to pick it up and handle it once, and all of our shavings are caught by these chip trays, which makes it a very nice and convenient arrangement. Keeps the bench clean, and we have all of our tools in one place that we need to do this case prep routine. So it's definitely makes for good workflow, and I personally like the convenience of having the case prep part of a power tool. It definitely saves a lot of strain on your wrists and your hands, and it makes the work go faster as well, which is great. So this can definitely help us get what can be a long and arduous task done in less time, and definitely make it more enjoyable as well. In this video, we've seen how the Hornady Lock-N-Load AP Progressive Reloading Press makes an effective pre-prep tool to help us get our brass decapped, sized, and the case neck squared up. Then we've moved over to the Hornady Lock-N-Load Case Prep Center, where we've seen how in one easy step we can trim brass to length and do the rest of our brass prep, including cleaning the case neck, chamfering the case neck, and cleaning the primer pockets. I hope that you're going to stay tuned on ultimatereloader.com, and also check out the other videos that have already been posted for trimming rifle brass and a general overview of the Hornady Lock-N-Load Case Prep Center. Thank you.